Good morning, folks. George Adventure here. A little emotional this morning. The topic I'm gonna do Thankful Thursday on. That rooster, man, he heard me come out here and sit down. He's raising Cain, crowing. But so this topic, it's a little emotional for me. But I'm gonna do Thankful Thursday on it. And Thankful Thursday to me is one of the best open tags because we have a lot to be thankful for. And one of the things that I'm very thankful for is my mother. Now, my mother passed away 6 years ago. She had lung cancer and it metastasized to her bone. She suffered a lot with it. But so my mother, there was four of them. My mother, my Aunt Betty, two of my uncles. They were raised in a place called Hangtown, Riverside, Bolton, Georgia, right near the Chattahoochee River, and they were poor. But my mother had so much wisdom. I mean, I think of all the people, there's two people that's probably really influenced me. Well, my daddy too, but as far as women, my mother and Miss Linda have really influenced me. But my mother, she'd always tell me, son, you need to live the simple life. Be simple. Simple things are better. Just do what I tell you to do. She always tell me, just listen to what I'm telling you. And she didn't spare the rod. She didn't spare the rod. She kept a hickory on top of the refrigerator that we had to go pick. She raised two boys, and that's hard. That's hard for a mother. It was easier back in them days than it is now. We got so much messed up stuff now, I don't know how people do it. But my mother had a lot of wisdom, just full of wisdom, and I always listened to her. She took care of us. She could be very hard about stuff, when it come to raising us. You better listen to what she says. You better not lie. She always told me, if somebody hits you first, you hit them in the mouth, hit them in the nose. You hit them hard. So, I listened to those words. I had to, you always got a bully. But, she had a lot of wisdom in her. And, I feel like who I am today is because of her. My dad had influence too, but it seemed like my mother was more. She was just a stern person, and this song, she didn't listen to Leonard Skinner or anything, but I grew up listening to Leonard Skinner and Southern Rock, and Leonard Skinner's got a song. It's called Simple Man. And the words of this song means a lot to me because it reminds me of my mother. It reminds me of my mom and the things she would say to me. And I just wrote these words down. It says, I guess y'all can hear me with the rooster. It says, Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And she always told me, listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. Randy, listen to what I say, son. If you do this, it will help you some sunny day. And that's the early song, or early lyrics of the song. And this song is probably my favorite song because it reminds me of my mother. It reminds me what I was told growing up. It just does. It reminds me of my mother and what she told me and how she raised me. Being a simple man, you know. And I tell my daughter, you know, with Eli, you know, raise him simple. He needs to be a simple man. And simple things in life are better. Simple things in life are better. I don't care what anybody said. That's what's wrong with our culture now, our world now, is nobody cares for the simple things. You know, they don't look at simple things that make you happy, you know. And I'm sitting out here, I'm thankful that I can just sit out here on this porch and see a hummingbird fly or hear that rooster down there crowing. And there's probably some eggs out there that I got to go get, but just the woods around here and just simple things, you know. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful in life because I'm a simple person. I don't live a, I don't really know how to put it, but I don't live you know, I don't know, but I don't live a fancy life, I guess you could say. I don't live a fancy life, you know. I got a nice home here, you know, sitting on some property, but I like simple things, you know. I like simple things. I like a simple thing like this, you know. I love leather. I'm thankful that God gave me the ability to make stuff like this. But I'm just so thankful this morning for my mama. I just, you know, I miss her a lot. But I don't try not to get too emotional here, y'all. But I really don't think you ever get over the death of a parent. It's just hard because they have such an impact on you. Sorry. I didn't mean to get emotional with y'all this morning, but I just think you know, they have such an impact on you. My mother did. My mother didn't like me playing football. She hated it. She hated football because she was afraid I'd get hurt, and I got hurt. And she wanted my daddy told my daddy he don't need to play football anymore. Well, my daddy didn't bow up at my mama too much because she was so stern, and she could be, you know, very hard about stuff, which I'm glad she was because she was raising two boys, but she's also very loving. She's the kind that would whip you with a hickory that'd make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and tell you she loved you. There's a hummer, but she didn't want me playing. So when I got hurt, she told my daddy, I don't want him playing football. Well, my daddy said, well, he's going to play football because he wants to play football. And some of the best advice I heard my daddy say was he likes football. Football will make a man out of him. He can get hurt doing anything. She was right. He was right. He was right. So she never said anything else about me quitting football. Because she knew I liked it. She'd go to the games, but she'd chew her fingernails out, you know, out. When I got that concussion, she wasn't happy about it. But it, you know, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a, you know, long-lasting thing or anything. I dislocated my finger, and it was kind of bent over, and I ran off the sideline, and my coach grabbed it and popped it back, put tape around it, told me to go back in. Well, she didn't see that, thank goodness. She'd probably jumped over the fence. But it was just a harder time back then. So, yeah, I'm just very thankful for my mama. The way she raised me. I think just life, my life in general, I I can look at her and my daddy, but especially her. She just had a lot of influence on us, you know, and like I said, she was with us mostly because she didn't work, and you know, she fed us. We always had that good fried chicken and stuff, you know. Um, she was just a very, very, I don't know what that is. She was a very uh, down to earth person, you know, very down to earth. When she loved you, she loved you. When she loved you, she loved you, and that was a lasting thing that never ended. I was thinking about her this morning, so I heard that Leonard Skinner song last night before I went to bed. I was listening to some music, and I heard that song, and it made me think, well, I'm gonna do this Thankful Thursday, singing Toe Thankful Thursday on it. So anyway, that's my Thankful Thursday. Carrying this today, 75. Whoops, 75. I dropped that thing right off that. Carrying that 75. I got my leather little notebook sleeve. Very handy. Carrying my Hank. Wipe sweat, blood, and tears, brother. Got my Saudi right there in my slip, and I usually always have this, unless I have a pair of flimsy shorts on. Got my Zippo. Got my cross from Dwayne Clark. I've got this with my flashlight, and got this little mini trapper. So anyway, that's my deal, y'all. Appreciate it. Didn't mean to get emotional on y'all. It's just one of them things. You know, when you lose a parent, you just don't think you ever get over it. I mean, you go on, you move on with your life, but I just think losing a parent is tough. I mean, it's just tough. Even after 6 years, I still, you know, miss my mom. Always will. Always will. But I'm going to get to see her again one day. You can count on that. But y'all have a great day, man. Be safe out there. We live in a mean world now. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your blade sharp. Keep that blade sharp. God bless.